All right, here are the last 2 pages of the book, Graphing Ratios and Rates. There are 4 on these 2 pages. We'll do 2 of them together. I'll help you with the other 2 just a tiny bit, just to get set up. You have the word problem, and from that word problem, you are to design a table with labels, and you are to design a graph with labels incorrectly numbered. Number 1 we'll do together. For every cup of flour, 4 batches of cookies can be made. Now I'm hungry. Create a table showing the batches of cookies that can be made with up to 5 cups of flour. Then plot the values on the coordinate plane. Up to 5, so then no more than 5. So I think all of them say up to 5, so we only go up to 5, which is kind of nice because you're dealing with the smaller numbers. First off, you need to label. I don't want to see flour and cookies because this isn't just flour. It's cups of flour. It's not teaspoons of flour or grains of flour or mouthfuls of flour. It's cups of flour. And these aren't cookies. It's not 4 cookies. It's batches of cookies. So that's why you need to be precise in your labels. Cups of flour over batches of cookies. It's for every cup of flour, 4 batches of cookies. Batches of cookies. I'm putting them in the same order as they're here. It's significant because this is going to be your X and this is your Y. It's always X, Y. However they're written, X is first, Y is second in the table. And that's significant because whatever is X goes down on your X-axis. Whatever is Y goes on your Y-axis. Back to this. The rate that was given is 4 cups, 1 cup of flour makes 4 batches of cookies. And they want to know how many cookies with 5 cups of flour. Well, since 1, 2, 3, 4, since basically you just need to number, this one's pretty simple. You'll always just number 1 through 5 on the top because they start you with the unit and it tells you up to 5, so that's pretty simple. So if you have 1 cup of flour, 4 cups of cookies. 2 cups of flour, 1 times 2, 4 times 2, 8. 1 times 3, 4 times 3. 1 times 4, 4 times 4. 1 times 5, 4 times 5. I'm going to look at these numbers and I'll decide, after I write my labels, I'll decide how I want to number the chart. X is cups of flour. This is my X-axis. It's always the vertical one. All right, cups of flour. Y is batches of cookies. So I'll write that here. Batches of cookies. Cookies. You may have noticed that I already decided how I wanted to number it. I think I'm going to number all of them this way. I'm going to do the bold lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it fills up the whole thing. Initially, if I had just done every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my graph would have only gone this far. So I decided to go all the way here. And then for the batches of cookies, it goes up to 20. So I just numbered by 1s, and they go up to 25. Now that I've done both my labels and my numbering, I'm ready to draw the points. Flour is 1, batches of cookies 4. So flour 1, 4. 2, 8, 2, 8. 3, 12. I see a trend. 4, 16. 5.20. And now I draw my line. Start here. Here is a graph that shows the number of batches of cookies made per cup of flour. Number 2, look carefully at it. Create a table showing the price of up to 5 pieces of chicken. So every piece of chicken costs $1. So I put piece of blank. And then price. That's all you need for the bottom one. With this one you need to finish. Piece of what? Piece of, and then you're going to write your values here. You'll start with the value they give you. 1 piece of chicken, $1. Boom, boom. Oh, this will be an interesting one. 1 piece of chicken, $1. And then you'll go all the way up to 5. Page 14, the first one, box of candy and pieces of candy. You are showing the relationship between the number of boxes of candy and the number of pieces of candy. Be very careful with your labeling, where that's X, Y. Since X is box of candy, then you'll write that here. Since Y is pieces of candy, you'll write that here. With this information, I want you to go ahead and plug in your values, starting with 1 box of candy has 6 pieces. And then decide how you're going to number, and then go ahead and do your chart. Draw your line down to number 4. We'll do this one together. For every lawn mowed, $4 are earned. Create a table showing the money earned for mowing up to 5 lawns. Then plot the value of the coordinate plane. So up to 5. So I'll just number again. 1 lawn, $4. 1 times 2, 4 times 2. 1 times 3, 4 times 3. 1 times 4 is 4, so then 4 times 4. 1 times 5 is 5, so then 4 times 5 is 20. That was pretty easy. It's really simple when they just had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's go ahead and chart. Oh, notice that I labeled the bottom as mowed lawns because that's the x-axis, and I labeled the y-axis as money earned. I went ahead and numbered 1 through 5, and then 1 through 25 here. On the bottom, I'm doing every bold line. On the top, I'm just doing every single line. Now let's see, 1 mowed lawn is 4. 2 mowed lawns is 8. 3 mowed lawns would be 12. And then 16 for 4 and 20 for 5. This seems vaguely familiar. Let's draw the line. And we have just graphed the money earned for mowing lawns.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way.